Something weird happens in this house when the sun kind of goes down, and that is that my electronics get particularly problematic. Now, I didn't know if there was a solution for this for a while. I would just stop filming when it kind of, the sunlight dropped, but I think I found a solution.
This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses. I'm going to tell you a little story, I guess, about why I've been sort of a little bit resistant to this idea of talking with you guys about wireless devices in general. And I think part of it is that I get emails, and very early on when I started doing this YouTube stuff, from companies, you know, trying to get you to show off their gear, specifically wireless systems. So I get sent like emails about wireless microphones, wireless lav mics, wireless, you know, guitar systems, and it to me didn't feel like something that was particularly relevant or worth talking about, and it felt like I was just going to be putting, you know, or being asked to market products to you which I couldn't see myself using. So this is not a sponsored video by any of these companies. In future there might be a one, because it turns out that actually there is a real key use for me which I discovered in the making of this video. As it happens, the wireless system that I'm particularly using in this video is just one that Nuix put in a box with some other gear that I was demoing. So this is the Nuix B2 Plus transmitter. So these are relatively cheap, and I think you can find many examples that look like this. But that I felt was important to mention that, you know, I've been approached by companies to do this stuff before, but it's kind of not felt particularly right to talk about it, just because it's like, well, I didn't really use these things. I have actually used these live now for quite a while. So in my band, I do front of house, as in sound and stuff like that. And so what this enables me to do is to really just walk around the room and listen to stuff as I'm playing it. So there's kind of two benefits of the wireless system for me. And I have genuinely been using this for quite a while now. So it's just, you know, plug it into your guitar, make sure it's charged. I think these particular models are like 7 hours of charge. As you walk around the room, if you get a long way away from the receiver, you will notice latency creep up. But whilst you're in your normal spot for where you would be playing guitar, to me, latency has never been an issue. And certainly in the studio here recording, it's not an issue. Why this is important for me that now is that actually this was during trying to record a pedal demo. So I was doing the pedal demo for Brown amplification, and I noticed that I've got this kind of awful amount of sound or noise, or not awful, but enough that I was like, well, I can't really put together a demo and have this level of noise coming through on it. So this is literally saved my bacon, and it's something I'd not even tried before, because I didn't even think that it'd be a thing. But you can literally just plug one end into a pedal, one end into your guitar, as long as you're breaking the signal of basically your pickups to the digital audio workstation or to your amp, then it should solve the problem. So I was resistant to this idea in a way, and maybe dismissive. These are just a relatively cheap solution. There are more expensive ones, obviously, and maybe we'll talk about those one day. But for now, I just wanted to, you know, if you've got noisy issues in your studio or bedroom, consider maybe this, especially if you're trying to record.
So it's kind of a point now in the evening where the solar panels stopped giving power, and this is a time when, for some reason, when it gets less dark, I think it's related to the solar power, that things get a bit noisier in my bedroom. Not like that, but I think you'll probably be able to notice. Particularly with the Vox style amp, it's pretty unusable. I should have gone wireless years ago, because hopefully this is going to work, and if it doesn't, then I'm going to have to curb this video immediately. So plugged in now, and cable. There, we've got a problem again. Basically unusable. I don't know if this will work if I have a pedal plugged in. So right now I have Brown amplification protein on the floor. Receiver goes into there. Transmitter here. Solve that as well. So that's amazing. And I definitely should have been doing this earlier, because it got to the stage that during winter I just stopped filming at this sort of time at night, and certainly wouldn't be using like a Vox style preset, because this kind of thing really exposes it as much as possible. It's not a sponsored video or anything, although if you want me to promote your wireless product out there, feel free to get in touch. But this is something that I've not tried until now. I didn't think it would work with an actual effects pedal because the effects pedal was still plugged in and wired into the audio interface. It looks like I just needed to break that physical connection between the pedal and this, which acts like an RF receiver when it's plugged in. Is that the science of it? Please feel free to school me and other viewers in the comments on why this is the case. The negatives with this, I suppose you might have a bit more latency, which may or may not be measurable. You may or may not notice. I'm not noticing it here, but the point is that the takes would have been basically useless before I've saved a take. If you had noticed, there was a video that I did with the Sir Bella quite a while ago where people were like, is that a noisy amp? No, actually what happened, I was kind of recording in this lower light situation where in this particular house, because of the solar power, something changes about the power. I've found a solution. It's good news. Thanks for stopping by. I was using the preset here, Glassy Vox 2024. If you want to jump into the Gumroad folder and grab your Helix presets, this is something that I think anyone using a plug-in and audio interface should be aware of, because it can definitely help with this kind of noise where certainly I've got some noisy electronics happening in this house. You may be in a similar situation. Check out the wireless or any wireless solution to this to try and solve that problem. It's just now normal kind of levels of noise versus totally unusable levels of noise.